So we had a representative from the company Solars come in by the name of Greg Huffman. He gave a lot of good advice as far as resumes, interviewing, and general job offers when it comes to software development jobs, information system jobs, and honestly, jobs in general. So, just kicking off resumes. So, my God, there was a lot to say about that. Um, Make sure you do not have gaps in your employment on there. If you're in school and you just can't find the time to work, it's better to just put your school like start to end date in there than actually just leave this like, hey, I was here for here. I was working here from I don't know 2015 up until 2016, and then just this like 2 year gap where you did nothing. Um, if anything, if you don't have any industry related experience, especially for that role, just don't even bother. Uh, According to him, there was a lot of people who were putting in stuff like, yeah, I was working at a grocery store while they're looking for a software development job. Now, yeah, it demonstrates that you may actually can secure and hold a job, but honestly, it's not that important, especially for the role you're actually trying to get. Another thing is, if you are going for a software development job, specify that you're actually doing industry related work in your free time, that is, anyways. Uh, so, personal projects, stuff like that, or even just coding challenges, or what are those called? Competitions. So, they have hackathons, yeah, stuff like that, or even just AI challenges, like I believe Battle Code, yeah, .org. That's actually up right now if people are interested. Um, and also, so if your GPA is above a 3.0, that is very important to put on there because employees assume that if you don't put your GPA on there, uh, it's going to be below a 3.0. And frankly, if you don't want to put it on there, don't bother. It's not really going to hurt your chances as much, but uh, you are favored if you do post a above 3.2, 3.4 GPA on there. So yeah. Um okay. So if you're going to like an on-campus interview, the worst thing you can walk up to one of the recruiters and say is, "Hey, what do you guys do here?" Um it shows that you just really didn't show up and do any research. According to Greg himself, you can actually finagle that. Just stand back, take a little while to take in what they're doing. Other people may come through and just actually have a conversation with them. If you just overhear, hey, we do such and such, for example, Solars, they do cybersecurity. So, yeah, if you also do a little bit of cybersecurity and you were intrigued by that, just express, hey, our two goals align, but I would like to learn more about what your company does best in that field or what you guys really are interested in as far as cybersecurity or whatever defense contracts they may be doing. So, let's see. Attire. A lot of people think you gotta wear this snazzy suit and tie. They pay like $400 or $500 for. Nah. Business casual. I mean, software developers. I know people showing up in Hawaiian t-shirts and flip flops to work. So, yeah, just look presentable. Um, Make sure you wash. You like, trim up the beard, stuff like that. These are the little things a lot of people forget, but it it really like leaves a mark when you're putting your best foot forward. So yeah. Uh, okay, cool. So the next thing that he actually covered were interviews. So interviews are usually broken up into two types of questions that they'll try and give to you. So you have the skill-based questions, which are going to be more related to what you put on your resume, and then there's also behavioral. So so there was actually a lot said about behavioral. Uh, they'll try and figure out how you respond in a particular situation. So, for example, they'll ask you, "Hey, how do you interact on a team? Like, when did you have a last team project, and how did it go? What roles did you fulfill in that team, and stuff like that. If you can demonstrate some sort of key value on that team, and then how you could apply that to the job you're interviewing for, that is a great bonus. Yeah. Oh, random tidbit about the resume. So, about resume length, make sure that it's at least a full 1 page. No more, no less. The main problem they say is when you have a really thin resume is that if they do have a more resume-based interview, it's gonna be a very short interview if there's not much on there to really discuss. So that's just one tidbit. So back to the interviews. There is also a key thing that you should have like a quick 24-hour follow-up email to that interview that you just had. It allows you to just like stay in the employer's mind longer. It really differentiates you from the bunch. So yeah. So job offers. When they do reach out to you, say you crushed the interviews and they really like you, they want you to work there, acknowledge the job offer that same day, if not the day later. The sooner the better, but you don't have to say, yes, I really want the position, or nah, I don't want to take it. If it doesn't specify when it is supposed to be like secured or turned down, just ask them. They'll be more than likely to just give you some extra time. That way you can really figure out, hey, do I want this position, or nah, this place isn't really for me. Or even if you're waiting for another company to hear back. At the end of the day, the real important thing is that the company feels that you also find them to be a really good fit. And in that period, if you don't think so, it's best not to take the position, because frankly, you want to be happy where you work. So that is a really key thing right there. Let's see. So most offers are subject to negotiation. They're not just going to give you, hey, this is a fixed value in most cases. So in the offer, they'll specify, hey, this is your salary, these are your benefits, certain work hours, and just requirements that they expect of you if you do fulfill that position. Some actually do even come with signing bonuses. So before you even start, they'll just give you this as a lump sum. It's usually like 5 to 6% of the starting salary. But that, I don't know if that's negotiable. I completely forgot to ask about that, but most places do offer those in general. So as far as negotiations go, you really want to put your best foot forward. Like, that is the key. 1 second though, because this thing is oh shit, I have a plenty amount of time. Okay. So, make sure you put your best foot forward. So if you do have other offers on the table from other companies, express that. It's gonna be really important to you that, hey, I may also want to work here. And if you're not telling them this, they're gonna assume that, hey, this person just doesn't have any other offers and this is the only place they want to work. So it gives you more leverage also in the negotiation. If you specify that you do have another offer on the table, however, make sure that it's within the same region, because it can also be a drastic difference. Say if you're in New York, they're paying you like, I don't know, 40K extra just because the cost of living there may be higher. But say if it's Roanoke, for example, and the company's, I don't know, 20 minutes away from the other one, it's more comparable. So you can use their salary to negotiate for a higher one at the company you're currently talking to. And another thing is, try not to lowball yourself. I mean, if you can ask them for 6, 7, maybe even 10% higher than what they did, the worst they're going to say is, nah, you can't have that. And you can negotiate for a little, like, less. But, yeah. That would be the that'd be the most important thing I could express. Finally, most of all, know your worth. That's like the number one thing. Uh, Go into it confident. It's what you expect to be doing for a living, and if you bring that energy, that drive to your interviews, even the job in general, you will be crushing it. Like, it's undeniable. So, yeah.